Hi everyone. I wonder whether this is okay. Hi everyone. Hello. I wonder if this is live now. Um, right, a little update from today. I was out in the park this morning and birding. I announced yesterday a little bit too late, I think, because I didn't get anyone actually joining me. But the idea was to do some bird watching now in the park when we are allowed to go outside again. We're allowed to go and have uh, about an hour of recreation. And so I figured I could invite some friends and do some bird watching in the park. I will be doing that the coming days, also next week. I'll see how it works. At least it's a good idea to get out that way. So I can do that within a 3 kilometer radius, and there's various parks that I could check out. Nothing too exciting today, but 16 species all in all. I've submitted a eBird checklist, and I was happy to see actually a blue-black grass squid female, which I don't see that often. So that was nice. I still haven't seen that from my house. So and this is only like 400 meters away from where I live. So it's kind of weird that I haven't seen it here. I also heard some Pacific parrotlets that have been recorded from my house, but from my apartment, but not during the lockdown. So I can't count that on my lockdown home list yet. I'm standing at a different position today. I'm standing actually on my treadmill, and I have been using this as a walking workstation for quite some time now. I try to, when if you sit down too long and work, your hips get also tighten up, and that inhibits the running quite a bit. So you can walk on a treadmill. I basically just put a I don't know if you can see, well, it's all a mess here. I'll show you some other day how it looks like, but because I'm doing this from the laptop now. But I basically just put a board over the handles, and I put my computers there. That's a little bit too low, so I would have to hunch back down like that. So in order to have the laptop up a little bit, I've put 3 big books underneath the laptop, and that way, it's my working treadmill workstation. And also from here is where I watch my screen. I bought well, I don't know, maybe that's like 50 centimeters, 60 centimeters. I'll be like 24 inches, 24 inches or something like that screen that fits into my bookshelf. And that's where I watch my Netflix also when I'm doing my running from the treadmill. Let me see now. There were some. Well, I can't see what I put in the comments here. I was going to talk about some other stuff. I think you can still see me, so I'm going to check what I put in my comments. Anyway, so, well, yeah, today is Sweden's National Day. It's the 6th of June. Traditionally, when I grew up, it wasn't a day that was celebrated that much. It was the day that it was called the Flag Day of Sweden. We didn't really have a national day. And eventually it became like a day that was sort of forgotten among most ordinary Swedish people. And some extreme right extremists started using the Swedish flag as their sort of signature, and being sort of ultra nationalist. And it was then sort of like a response to that, decided that Sweden should have a national day, and that should be on the 6th of June. And that way, sort of to reclaim the flag as a national symbol for what Sweden stands for, democracy, solidarity, etc., etc. So now it's become like a very big event in Sweden and is celebrated. And so our embassy has put together a program with with music on the classic radio station. You can listen to some classics, Swedish Nordic music. Yesterday I shared on my profile, so go back and check that out. Check my profile. It should be just beneath this post, and there's a link there to a quite famous Swedish director, Arne Sucksdorff. He became a very famous nature filmer, and this was like his first epos, really. And it's about the Stockholm. It's called People in Town, and it's from Stockholm. It's filmed in the mid 1940s, and it actually won the Oscar for the short film in 1948. So that's a great little thing. You should check that out. It's a great little movie. It's only about 15 minutes or something like that. Short movie, black and white, and you can see there also that Arne Sucksdorff, it's actually filming some birds, some gulls and stuff, and you can see that he's got a good eye for the bird's eye view and all that. A great little movie. Check that out. Okay. Yeah, today I've started. I had a commitment. Next year we're setting up a trip with Sotera birding from the UK to central Peru, and that central Peru trip, I have to send them some photos. my photo library is just horrible. I take a lot of photos, but I never have time to process them. So today I actually took out my hard disk where I have all my photos, and the task of today is to start getting through these things. I have that I bought a software that I bought when I did not have a really fast Mac computer. It was all very slow and full. The processor wasn't very good, and it's called. Let me see now what it's called. It's Fast Raw Reviewer, and it's a really light little software. Very light in sort of, it doesn't weigh a lot, and it doesn't take a lot of resources when you're editing your photographs. It's not for editing, sorry, it's for culling. So you basically rate your pictures, your images that you've taken. You rate them, or you can mark them, and you can export them straight away into a new folder, the ones that you want to save, and then those you can process, right? So if you just go through that and then you sort of create a new folder with those selections that you've done, it's a really fast way of getting your going through a lot of photos. Now I just have too much to go through, so I don't know how efficient I will be on this. I'll probably just check the libraries and so forth. But yeah, I'm trying to find those. And I also promised another Facebook friend who Kirk Zufelt, that I was going to look through some images of the Fuegen form of Wilson storm petrels from our pelagics. And so that's another thing I'll have to do when I go through all these photographs. Yeah, so Central Peru anyway, that's going to be very exciting to work on in the future. As I said before, we are going to start this Satipa Road project. If you have not seen my webinars before, or my short little updates, go back to the blog, the colibriexpeditions.com/blog, and check out the post on Satipa Road there, and explains a little bit what we're going to do there. Once we're able to start traveling here, we will be posting a lot of pictures from Central Peru. That's going to be quite exciting. And I also updated on the Colibri Expeditions website. I put in 2 sort of fixed departures for Central Peru. If you're a serious birder, you have about 2 weeks to do, and you don't want to spend too much money, the cheapest way to actually bird Peru is to do central Peru, because you don't need to take any flights, and you don't need to use any sort of high-end lodges that also raises the bill. So that's the sort of most bang for the buck that you can get when you bird in Peru, to bird central Peru. And it's full of endemics, so it's a really great little itinerary for serious birders out there. Okay, what else is on the... yeah, I talked about my treadmill, and I have been birding in park, analyzing my sleep. Okay, so yeah, that's something that I've been doing the last couple of weeks now. I don't sleep a lot. I sleep less than 6 hours per night. I think that's more or less what I need. I use, as I mentioned before in some of my updates here, I use an app called Alarmy on my on my iPhone, and it's a great wake up app. I set it for math, so I have like 5 math problems to do when that rings, and I put it in the bathroom, and when I go in there, I also have a big jug of water, and in that water I'll have I wrote about this in one of my blog posts previously as well. I think it was actually on gunnarengblom.com, but you can check that out also. There's a whole blog post about my little all these little tricks I have, hacks for waking up in the morning. But anyway, so I have this jug of water, and I put vitamin C in it and magnesium, and the vitamin C also has zinc. So there's like getting some of those minerals back and some vitamins now also, so make sure that your immune system is good, and also drink first thing in the morning. So after I've solved those 5 math problems, then I'm awake. I drink that water, brush my teeth, and then I get up. So during this, so when I analyze my sleep, then I check out the app. So I have a Garmin watch, and the Garmin watch has like a sleep analyzing function on it, right? So you can see how many periods you have, and it's measured in deep sleep and light sleep, nothing else. So you get blocks of deep sleep and light sleep. And I have sort of figured out, as long as I get like a 20% ratio of deep sleep, I'm quite okay during the day. And if I slept longer, those days that I've slept more than 6 hours, then the last sleep I get is only light sleep, right? So I don't get much deep sleep there at all. And so I think as long as you get 4 periods of sleep per night, so you can see that when you have a period of deep sleep, if you get 4 of those periods, and those 4 deep sleep periods are in total, say 20%, that's good for me. So I function quite well all through the day. As I mentioned in some of my earlier updates, I have a hard time getting to bed. So that's my big problem. I'm trying to get up early, but I have a hard time to get to bed. But I'm working on it. So last night I went to bed at 1:30. That was fairly early. It's not 4 o'clock anymore. But I also noticed that when I go to bed earlier, the quality of my sleep is better. I have a longer period of deep sleep. So that's good. So I'm going to try to get to bed earlier. But I also, I don't know about you guys, but I find there always one more thing I can do before I go to bed. And since I don't really have to get up at any specific time except for get going the next day, yeah, that's hard. But it's very rarely that I do anything sort of super productive at night at those late hours. Anyway, I may do some chess problems. I may do some Duolingo lessons. I have another app that I use that is nice also that you should check out. It's called Blinkist, and you get like an abstract of not an app, like a summary of one book per day for free on that app. And it's all sort of mostly biographies, memoirs, and self-help books of different topics, non-fiction, business books, etc. And they're all sort of, it only takes about 10-15 minutes to read them. You can also get the the audio to listen to it. So I do that sometimes when I go on my run. But often I do that at night. I check out the Blinkist if I'm, not too mush in my head. So you get one free every day. And you can take the subscription also. And I did that for a month and did about 100 sort of summaries of books during that month. And that's okay if you have the time to do that. Yeah, there's a lot of nice summaries you can get. You don't have to read the whole book. You can always get the whole book if it's something that interests you, but you're able to cover a lot of different subjects in a very short time that way. All right, so hi Nick Bond here. He was saying, want to see some photos. Yeah, I will be posting photos, not on these live sort of short updates that I'm doing, but there will be some more coming now when my editing is done. I'm going to select some photos and I will post photos here and on the Facebook page as well. I have a lot of photos that I need to go through. All right, so I think that's pretty much it for today. I will come back here tonight, well, not here, on the Colibri Expeditions channel, and I'll update you a little bit more what's been happening today. I still have to go for my run, and I see you later. Take care now.